This is the FFR Trading Market Minute, and again, this is a daily chart of the SPY ETF for the S&P 500, and you can see the S&P 500 has been holding this tight trendline support here. We did over the last couple of days test that trendline support, but we ended up closing, we opened below here yesterday, but ended up closing above the trend line here. So I thought there might be a little trouble here, but they were able to kind of regain that trend line. We opened today with what we call an outside gap up, and that usually you tend to kind of get a continuation. That was based on the 8:30 news that came out, and that's kind of what we're seeing intraday. Is you see how compact this rally is here, and if you're trying to trade this intraday like I do, it's been a bit of a mess, because what's really happening is it seems like big institutions get involved off the news reports, and then after the news is done, the market just kind of languishes and kind of drifts the rest of the day in anticipation of the next big report. And that's kind of what we've been seeing intraday, and so it's been kind of difficult to navigate. But we did gap up today, failed. We haven't made a new high over last week's high there, but we'll see. We've got, this is Thursday, I'm recording this. We'll see what tomorrow brings on Friday. But I also wanted to point out, the market is rallying. If you look at gold, gold has broken out new all-time highs here. And just really over the last couple of days here, silver is also broken out now. If you look at the silver chart, so silver's up 24.81 right now. So we'll see how that continues. And that might be because the dollar, since 2022, probably last quarter or so of 2022, the dollar has pretty much sold off. And that's kind of allowed gold and silver to move higher here. But you've also got concerns that maybe the interest rate concern that's still out there, maybe traders hedging their bets, with stocks at all-time highs. We're still, we've got wars overseas, economic uncertainty here. Are we going to head for a recession? Are we not? And so maybe there's some hedging of bets on both sides here, while we've got stocks and gold and silver rallying at the same time here. So we'll see how that plays out. Back to stocks here. I'm going to just redraw my trend line just to encompass this little move over the last couple days here and leave that. But that's the key, right? We got to see if we can hold that trend line support. If not, if that starts to break, then chances are, we've obviously got a little open gap here that would fill if they pull back to the trend line. But then you've got a larger open gap here that's yet to be filled. That's kind of a demand zone down here. So if this does break, look out below. We should get maybe back to 500 in the SPY. I gave you the upside targets last week. I think we said the next one from the monthly chart would be this 540 level. So we'll see how this plays out. Again, very tight range. That continues. Some more reports on inflation coming in the economic data cycle next week. So Wednesday, we have the CPI and the FOMC minutes. And then Thursday's PPI will follow, and Friday's Michigan consumer sentiment. Hope that helps. Have a great rest of your trading week. We'll see you back next week in the FFR Trading Market Minute.